You already know the drill. It is Saturday. You are down on your knees, next to the toilet, with a brush in your hand, scrubbing at that same ring around the bowl, for the third or fourth week running. You scrub. It looks clean. You feel good about it. And then, a week later, that dark ring is right back where it was, like it never left. So you buy a stronger cleaner. You scrub a little harder. Same result. Here is what I want you to hear from somebody who has been elbow deep in these tanks for 35 years. You are cleaning the wrong part of the toilet. That ring in your bowl is not really a bowl problem at all. It is a tank problem. And there is one cheap thing you can pour into the tank. Something already sitting in your bathroom cabinet that stops that ring, the staining, and the funk before they ever get a chance to form. Stick around to the end, because I am also going to show you a free 2-minute test that tells you if your toilet is quietly leaking money every single day. So what is the one thing you pour in the tank? It is hydrogen peroxide. The plain 3% kind in the brown bottle that you buy for $1 or $2 at any drugstore. The same stuff you dab on a scraped knee. Nothing fancy, nothing you have to order and wait for. Here is why it works so well inside a toilet. That ring you keep fighting is not one single thing. It is a mix of two problems stacked right on top of each other. Part of it is hard water mineral buildup, the chalky stuff your water leaves behind. But a big part of it, usually the darker or pinkish slimy part, is bacteria and mildew. That slick film that bacteria build up on any wet surface has a name. It is called biofilm, and biofilm is what gives your bowl that ring you can never quite scrub away for good. Hydrogen peroxide is what we call an oxidizer, which is just a fancy way of saying it breaks other things down by flooding them with oxygen. When it hits that biofilm, it fizzes. It lifts the film right off the surface, and it kills the bacteria living in it. And here is the part that matters most for your toilet. When peroxide is done doing its job, it breaks back down into nothing but water and oxygen. It does not leave a harsh chemical sitting behind. So that very first flush after you treat the tank, you are already running clean, treated water over every inch of that bowl. Now let me explain why the tank is the real battleground here, not the bowl. Think about what actually happens every single time you flush. The water sitting in your tank is the exact water that rinses your bowl. It rushes down through the little holes under the rim, now swirls around, and clears everything out. So if the inside of your tank has bacteria and slime growing on the walls and around those little rim holes, then every flush is rinsing your bowl with dirty water. You are basically mopping a floor with a filthy mop bucket. It does not matter how hard you scrub that floor if the water in the bucket is the problem. This right here is why scrubbing the bowl never sticks. You are treating the symptom while the source keeps pumping out more of the same. A tank is dark, it is wet, and it sits perfectly still for hours between flushes. That is a cozy little greenhouse for bacteria to grow in. Pour peroxide in there, and you are finally cleaning the source. You are treating the water before it ever reaches the bowl. So every flush turns into a small cleaning cycle, instead of a fresh coat of grime. Fix the tank, and the bowl mostly takes care of itself. Give this a week and you start to notice something. That ring that used to come roaring back within a couple of days is slower to return. Give it a month, and for a lot of homeowners, it basically stops forming between cleanings altogether. Here is the reason, and it is the part hardly anyone explains. Remember how I said the ring is mineral buildup and biofilm stacked together? Well, that slimy biofilm is usually the foothold. It is the sticky base layer that the hard water minerals grab onto and harden against. It is like moss on a rock. Clear the moss off regularly, and the next layer has nothing to cling to. So when you knock the biofilm down every week with peroxide, the mineral scale loses its grip. New buildup cannot get established because you keep wiping out the very thing it needs to anchor to. Any light staining you already have will slowly lighten up too. Flush after flush after flush. Now I want to be straight with you, because I am not here to sell you a miracle. This is a maintenance move, not a one-time silver bullet. It works precisely because you keep doing it a little bit on a schedule. That is the whole secret. Small and steady beats hard and occasional every single time with a toilet. All right, so how much do you actually pour in? Keep it simple. For the very first treatment, when you are trying to clear out that built-up gunk, pour in about 1 cup of the 3% peroxide, straight into the tank water. Not the bowl, the tank. Then just walk away and let it sit. Overnight is ideal, but even 20 or 30 minutes of contact time will do real work. The longer it sits against those tank walls and gets pulled down into the bowl, the more it lifts. In the morning, flush it on through. After that first clean out, you switch over to maintenance mode. And this is where it gets easy on both your wallet and your time. Once a week, pour in about a half cup, let it sit while you are asleep, and flush in the morning. That is the entire routine. A half cup a week. You can do it in 10 seconds on your way to bed. One important warning while we are here. Do not ever mix peroxide with bleach or with those blue tablets in the same tank. Pick one approach and stick with it, because mixing cleaning chemicals is exactly how folks end up with fumes they do not want in a small closed bathroom. And keep your peroxide in that dark brown bottle it came in, because light slowly weakens it over time. Quick pause. If a $2 bottle saved you a service call, you will like the book I put together. 50 Easy Plumbing Fixes That Will Save You $10,000. It covers 50 repairs you can finish on a Saturday with basic tools, and it shows you when a contractor is padding the bill and when a job is safe to do yourself. Scan the QR code on screen. Now let me put some real numbers on this, because the money side is where this little trick really earns its keep. That brown bottle of peroxide costs you about $1, maybe $2. A full month of weekly maintenance runs you a few cups out of that bottle. So you are looking at pocket change. Call it a couple of dollars a month. Tops. Now compare that to the blue tablets a lot of folks drop into the tank instead. A pack of those runs you a few dollars too, so sitting there on the shelf, they look about even. But here is the hidden cost nobody prints on the box. Those tablets slowly destroy the rubber parts inside your tank. And when that happens, and it will, the first casualty is almost always the flapper. That is the rubber flap at the bottom of the tank that lifts up to let the water rush into the bowl when you flush. A flapper is cheap on its own, $5 to $15 in parts. But if you are not the type to fix it yourself, having a plumber come out to swap a flapper can run you $150 to $250 for what amounts to a 10-minute job. And a flapper that has gone bad does not just sit there quietly. It leaks. A silently running toilet can waste a couple hundred gallons of water a day. And that shows right up on your water bill, month after month after month. So a $2 habit is protecting you from a repair bill that can easily climb into the hundreds. That is the math nobody bothers to run before they toss a tablet in the tank. All right, I promised you honesty. So let me tell you the things about this trick that the cleaning blogs conveniently skip right over. First, peroxide is not a set-it-and-forget-it solution. Because it breaks back down into water and oxygen, it does its work, and then it is gone. That is exactly why it is so gentle, but it also means you have to keep a schedule. Miss a few weeks and the biofilm creeps right back. This is a habit, not a one and done. Second, and this is a big one, peroxide will not chew through heavy mineral crust that has been baking on for years. If you have got a thick, hard, crusty ring that feels like sandpaper under your finger, that is old mineral scale, and peroxide is far too gentle to cut it on its own. For that, you do a one-time deep clean first. A pumice stone made for porcelain, or a good long soak with white vinegar, or a proper toilet descolor, will take that old crust right off. Then, and this is the important part, you switch over to peroxide to keep it from ever building back up again. Third, if you are on well water and you are seeing orange, brown, or black staining, that is iron or manganese in your water, which is a metal problem, not a bacteria problem. Peroxide helps a little, but that kind of staining usually points to needing water treatment for the whole house. And one quick note for the folks on a septic system. These small weekly doses are actually far easier on a septic tank than harsh chlorine is, so you are in good shape there. Let me come back to those blue tablets for a minute, because I want you to really understand why I pull them out of just about every tank I service. The blue and the bleach style drop in tablets work by sitting in your tank water all day, every day, slowly dissolving chlorine into the water. And sure, chlorine is great at killing bacteria, but chlorine is also brutal on rubber and soft plastic. And your tank is absolutely full of rubber and soft plastic. The flapper, the seal on the flush valve, the gaskets, the little parts inside the fill valve, all of it. So when you keep a chlorine tablet parked in there around the clock, you are basically marinating those parts in a chemical that slowly eats them alive. I have pulled flappers out of tanks that were only a couple of years old, and they came apart in my hand like wet paper, black gunk smearing everywhere. That toilet was not old. It was poisoned by a tablet. And here is a detail a lot of homeowners never hear. Plenty of toilet makers will actually void your warranty if you use in-tank chlorine tablets, because they know exactly what it does to their parts. Peroxide is a completely different animal. You are not parking it in there full time. You dose it, it works, it breaks back down, and it clears itself out. It stays gentle on every rubber part in that tank. So you get the bacteria-killing power without slowly wrecking the guts of your toilet. That is the whole trade, and it is not even close. Now let me run through the handful of problems people write in about and how to sort each one out. Problem 1. You have been doing the peroxide routine and you still see a ring. 9 times out of 10, that means you have got existing mineral scale that was already there before you started, and peroxide will not lift old hardened crust. Do that one-time deep clean I mentioned. Get the old stuff off with a pumice stone or vinegar, and then let the peroxide keep it clean going forward. Problem 2. You poured it in and it did not seem to do much of anything. You almost certainly flushed too soon. Peroxide needs contact time to do its thing. Pour it in and let it sit overnight, or at the very least give it a solid half hour before you flush. Problem 3. The funky smell, or that pink slime, keeps coming back, even with treatment. That pink film is a specific airborne bacteria that literally floats in on the air and resettles, so it is always going to try to come back no matter what you do. The fix is not a stronger dose, it is a more regular one. Bump your routine up to a solid once a week, and it stays gone. Problem 4. You have got a second bathroom that barely gets used, and it always smells a little stale. That is stagnant water just sitting in a trap in a tank that nobody ever touches. A cup of peroxide in that tank, plus an occasional flush to keep the water moving, clears it right up. So let me boil this whole thing down into a simple plan you can act on today. If the ring in your bowl is the soft, slimy, pinkish, or dark kind, and any staining is on the light side, then the peroxide routine is your answer, plain and simple. Cheap, easy, done. If your ring is a thick, crusty, years-old mineral wall, then do the one-time deep clean first, and only then start the peroxide to hold the line. If you are seeing orange or black metal staining and you are on a well, then your real fix is treating the water coming into the house, and peroxide is just a helper on the side. And if you are somebody who has been dropping blue tablets in that tank all this time, do yourself a favor tonight. Reach in, pull that tablet out, take a good hard look at your flapper for any cracking or that black gummy residue, and make the switch over to peroxide. Your toilet will thank you, and so will your water bill. It really is that straightforward. $1 bottle, a weekly habit, and you stop fighting the same ring over and over and over. Before I let you go, I promised you a free 2-minute test at the very top, and here it is, because it ties right into everything we just talked about. Your flapper is the single most common reason a toilet quietly wastes water, and a leaky one can cost you real money without ever making a single sound. So here is how you check it. No tools, no plumber needed. Take the lid off your tank. Put a few drops of food coloring, any color you have got, right into the tank water. Now walk away and do not flush for about 15 or 20 minutes. When you come back, look down into the bowl. If you see that color has crept down into the bowl all on its own, your flapper is leaking and letting water sneak past, and it is time for that cheap $5 swap. If the bowl water is still clear, your flapper is sealing just fine, and you are good. That is it. A couple of drops of dye and a little patience just told you whether your toilet is stealing from you every single day. So do that test tonight. Keep up with the peroxide, and you have got this whole thing handled. One last thing. The little habits like this one add up to serious money over the years you own a home, and that is the whole point of 50 easy plumbing fixes that will save you $10,000. Scan the QR code on screen to grab it. And if you want more honest, no-nonsense fixes that keep money in your pocket, subscribe to the Mark Silverbridge channel.